Pac-Man is feeling hungry, so today we're going to play some Burger Time, this time for the Atari 2600 game system. And look, the manual shows how blocky the graphics are. Awesome! Let's go ahead and take Burger Time. Let's pop it in my Atari 7800 Pro system and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Burger Time was published by M Network and was most likely released in 1983. It is based on the 1982 Data East arcade game. The manual opens with the following: build beautiful burgers by dropping buns and patties onto a plate, dodge horrible hot dogs, defy brawling breadsticks, pepper enormous eggs and charging cheese, score points by squashing those nasties with a falling bun, build all the burgers and you move on to the next maze. Get too close to a nasty though and it's back to burger school for you in short order. Burger Time is a multi-screen maze-style arcade game for 1 or 2 players alternating, with the right difficulty switch controlling the number of players, with the B position used for 1 player and the A position used for 2 players. However, in the 2-player game, both players still use the single left joystick. Originally, the game had 1 standard mode of difficulty. The game also had a bug where the cheese and the eggs could sometimes touch you from below, costing you a life. Later versions of the game fixed this bug and added a difficulty option by giving you an easier mode if you put the color switch into black and white mode. You can also pause the game by putting the left difficulty switch in the A position. The goal of each level is to build burgers by stepping on the ingredients until they all fall on the floor. How sanitary. However, you also have enemies in the form of hot dogs, eggs, breadsticks, and cheese that you must avoid. You are not totally defenseless, as you have a limited supply of peppers that you can throw on enemies by pressing the button, which temporarily freezes them when they're hit with it. Under your score, the left number shows the number of peppers you have, and the right number shows your lives. From time to time, French fries, ice cream, or coffee will show up. Grabbing one of these items will get you an extra pepper. If an enemy is on an ingredient, when it drops, the ingredient will fall an extra level and take out the enemy with it. You can also squash enemies by dropping ingredients on them, but beware, defeated enemies will show up again. Once you build all the burgers on a screen, you move on to the next of 5 rotating screens. Scoring wise, you get 50 points for causing an ingredient to drop, 100 points for squashing eggs or cheese, 200 points for squashing hot dogs and breadsticks, 500 points for collecting pepper items, or for every enemy that's on an ingredient you make drop. And you get an extra life every 10,000 points. The maximum possible score in the game is 999,950 points. Graphically speaking, while Peter Pepper and the hot dog and the completed burgers look okay, the rest of the enemies are fairly bland, simple shapes, and the unfallen ingredients look bland as well, most likely due to the limits of the system at that time. Sound and music wise, you have a good theme that plays in the background, except the way it constantly stops halfway through, which really annoyed my musical senses. Family friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if it was released today. At the time of my research on eBay including shipping, loose copies were going for $6 to $14 and complete copies were selling for $17 to $20. So what did I think of Burger Time on the Atari 2600? As a fan of Burger Time, I was excited to play the game, but I ended up being pretty disappointed. The game feels very sluggish. The graphics and the sound failed to impress me that much, and there were many times enemies didn't drop with the ingredients they were standing on, as well as times that they respawned right on top of me. This really left a sour taste in my mouth. If I was a kid back in the 80s and I had this game for the 2600, I probably would have played it over and over again. But after playing Burger Time on the Intellivision, I find it really difficult to overlook the flaws on the 2600 port. So where am I going to rank Burger Time? Not too high. I'm looking down in the 130s. I do like Taz more at 132, but I will give Burger Time the edge over Up and Down at 133. So out of the 183 games I've now ranked for the Atari 2600, Burger Time is dropping into the 133rd position. Burger Time fails to impress on the 2600. Try the Intellivision version instead. But that's only my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on both the Facebook and the Twitter. Check out some of my many other videos and sign up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer just like Dion did to support the show and gain access to exclusive perks. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and go play some Burger Time on your Intellivision.